Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. We are on our last Monday of January. We'll be going back to our regular Monday morning mingle schedule as we get into February, but we're kind of wrapping up and putting all together the information we've been talking about this month as far as KISS, our word of the year, keeping it super simple, and also talking about rhythms, habits, ways that you can incorporate things simply into your business to keep yourself consistent. We've worked all month. Every Monday, we've talked about different aspects. We started with the big picture. I suppose before we jump in, even though this is recording, meet Mr. Oakley. This is our new member of our family. So I am juggling a new baby plus getting stuff done here. So today should be an interesting one. So if you see me wiggling, he's on my lap. So he's not peeing on my carpet. So yes, so this is going to be a faster one. We're going to wrap up, kind of just talk about what we've talked about this month. On the first Monday, we talked about the big picture, scheduling out your month, your fixed appointments, your intentional activities, scheduling out in 3-month cycles, how that rotation really helps you stay on track of the things that are going on in your business. So we started with the big picture of scheduling things out, looking at the 3-month cycles, and how that can really help you just get in a rhythm of consistency in your business. Then the second Monday, we broke it down into weekly routines. Now, and that week I provided some templates for you to help you get started on creating some weekly routines that you can stick to, no matter if you are full-time, part-time, or just social. These are a great way to really jump in and set up a routine weekly, that on Monday you do mail out Mondays. Maybe on social you do mention it Mondays. Tuesday, tip Tuesday, try it Tuesday. So every Monday and Tuesday, you know what you have planned, or tentatively what you'll be planning for the day. So if you would benefit from that, I would highly recommend going back and looking at week 2. Week 2 again was weekly routines, putting those into place, consistently following them. Okay. Then week 3, we did we talked about daily activities that I kind of gave you 2 options. One of the options was like a layout of, if you're someone that struggles when you get to sit down and do your work, like you don't know where to start or how to start. Of course, your weekly routine will help with that, but a daily routine where the night before you're setting the intentions up with, these are the top 5 things I need to get done. Well, I shouldn't say that. In the training, I talk about the 5 things. The first one's a top priority, non negotiable. I need to get this done tomorrow. 2, 3, and 4 are in order of, if I have time, I want to get these done. And then anything after that are things that you can move around to different days. It kind of works in a system like that. It's super helpful. But I also provided you with a checklist. A checklist, if you tend to get on and squirrel on social media, don't even open social media up. I want you to go to your checklist. I want you to check your emails first, your dashboard first, get caught up on what's going on. Those are That's a great checklist if you tend to squirrel, to get those things done and then hop right into your most important thing you need to get done, and start start going through that list. Now, if you have short amounts of time, this keeps you very, very focused on getting those things done that are most important. A lot of people will come to me, and I've said this in other trainings, I'm too busy to run this business. No one is too busy. You make time for the things that are important to you. And I've found that the busiest people are actually people that have tons going on because they're very intentional with getting things taken care of, scheduling, time blocking, um, theming out their weeks. It really, really makes a big difference. And my hope for you is throughout this month, when we talked about working in the 3 month cycle, we did the big picture down to the daily, that you were able maybe not to grasp the whole thing right now, but to get a few tools in your tool belt, some rhythms for 2025 that you can start working on. And we talked about how at first those rhythms can take a little longer to put into place, right? You have to think more about it. You're learning how to do it. But as you get going with using these, like me now, they're kind of just the way I do things. I know what I do on Mondays. I know what I do on Tuesday. It's very routine, it's very consistent, and it's easy for me to stay on task and present because there's no magic wand in this business. You have to show up to go up, but you also need to be consistent. That would be the one thing, if I could go back and tell anybody, is your consistency day in, day out is going to make the biggest difference. So if it's only 5 minutes a day, that's all you have, show up every day doing something that's business building for that day. Okay, so today is a shorter one. I'm going to give you one more idea or tool that you could use in your business. This was something that was introduced to me first time around in Posh. It had more numbers per se attached to it, meaning that and I'll explain that, but what it is, and I provided for it to you yesterday, is where did I put my sheet? I uploaded it. It is called the 75 loyal customer list. You guys, this is a good one. You will love it because it's super easy to do. And not only is it something that will help you pay attention to what's going on in your business, you can also use it for a follow-up template, okay? And I'm gonna explain how. Right now, I did want to start this at the beginning of January, but because we had the other training, I decided I would just introduce it towards the end of January. We're still getting started on the new year. We're focused on those new habits and new routines. And the 75 loyal customer list is actually a list that you will change. It'll continue to evolve. You might want to use a pencil. It's something you may need to erase things off of, add new people to. But the whole goal is to start with one customer, right? We all hopefully have one customer that we could start on our 75 list. And from there, throughout this year, your goal is to reach at least 75 loyal customers, okay? You'll continue to add to this list, like I said, and sometimes you'll have to remove people from this list. But it can also, if you've been here since April, or if you're just starting, then you're going to start with your first customers. But if you've been here since April, you can go to your dashboard on the front page and go to your customer list and look at the people that have purchased on your list. Which ones of those people are loyal customers? Who belongs on this list? And what makes a loyal customer? So to me, a loyal customer is someone I've had a conversation with, someone I've done follow up with, that I'm familiar with who they are, what they love at Posh. They're more than just like someone that came to my website and just purchased, okay? Maybe they've purchased a few times, maybe we've communicated through email, but I would say that they've chose me as their advocate. So I would be their advocate and they would be my loyal customer. It doesn't have to be a VIP. It could be a loyal customer that maybe only purchases once every 6 months, and you know that. They're still loyal to you, they're still going to purchase from you, but it just may be every 6 months. And that's okay because they're on your list. And because you've had that interaction, you know that's someone that's super important to follow up every 6 months to make sure they're doing okay on their Posh stash. Okay, so that's where this list also helps those of you that don't have a follow-up system to really start paying attention on Fridays, grabbing your loyal customer list and saying, okay, has it been a while since I followed up? Maybe you make notes on that sheet, however you want. But has it been a while since I followed up with so and so? Because I need to make sure I'm taking care of them. So this list is not someone that just comes and purchases and you put them on your list. They're someone that's active, purchasing, participating. Maybe they're part of your VIP group or a business page, but you could probably say you're their advocate and they're your loyal customer, right? So you're going to start with one, and maybe right now you'll start with 15. That's great. Maybe you'll start with 20. That's great. Maybe you'll start with one. That's okay. You're going to grow this list throughout the year of 2025. Now, why 75? So typically in previous Posh years, 75 loyal customers with their average reorder rate can help you get a consistent monthly volume each month. Because how many people purchase on the same month? No. One person might purchase this month and then next month a couple other people. So it's in a rotation. And if you have 75 customers purchasing on sometimes I would say every 2 months or 3 month schedule, and you have 75 of those, you're going to see your consistent personal volume be in a really good like $500 range with 75 of them rotating, okay, with the average order, okay. So that's why we stick with 75 with an average order and the consistent reorder rate. You often will see that you'll get a very consistent personal volume with just your loyal customers. That's not with new customers. That's just with your loyal customers. So that is the goal, is to have 75, to have a good follow-up system with that loyal customer list so that you're making sure they're taken care of, they know the new items, that they get their refills on time. It just makes them front and center if you write them down and you keep them where you can see them all the time, okay? Now, when we all know this happens, so let's say you have a loyal customer list and you've been going through it on Fridays, when you're doing follow-up Fridays, and one of the people joins your team, right? That's great. A customer decided they loved it, they've been watching, they're interacting, they have people interested, and they want to join your team. That is super exciting. But what you have to do is remove them off of your loyal customer list because they're now a team member. So you're going to erase them off. And your goal is to replace that person with a new loyal customer before you continue on with your list. So it is an evolving list, you guys. The other thing that you'll notice is in time, as you develop a 75 customer list, you'll also notice that some people just stop purchasing, or you followed up 3 times, they haven't answered, you've done your best to continue that relationship and they're kind of silent, and that's okay. But we don't want them sitting on our 75 loyal customer list, because if we do, that's not going to help us keep our average volume per month. and hit our goal of at least 75 loyal customers. So that may be someone that you erase off of your list. It doesn't mean you quit interacting with them, but they're not a consistent purchaser. Maybe they were a one-off, or a two-off, and life got busy. They can come back on your list. But your goal is to find the loyal customers. And it's always easier to keep a loyal customer than it is to get a new customer. So then, as you're growing your 75 list, you really want to make sure you're being the best advocate for your customers, because you want to keep them. We know we need new people. We have to get posh on new people. It's a continuous thing, right? Always say sample, get posh on people, right? But with your 75 customer list, it's the same thing. You want to continue to build that customer list. Again, always make sure that the individuals on your customer list are still active customers. If not, erase them, replace them. You guys, there's no point of continuing to follow up with someone that's not messaging you or not having a conversation with you. And it's okay. Everybody, maybe Posh isn't for them. Maybe the products aren't for them. And that is okay. But when you're focused on your business building intentional activities and growing your 75 customer list, you want that list to be people that you engage with on a regular basis, that you're building relationships with, that they deserve a place on your loyal customer list, right? So that is kind of the rundown of the loyal customer list and how you would use that. Now, if you're someone that has a follow-up system, maybe you'll go into your follow-up system because you have that down pat, and you just start creating a loyal customer list so you can keep track of how many of those loyal customers you have, right? But again, like I said, if you've been struggling, it's going to be a long day. If you've been struggling to get a follow-up system going, the 75 loyal customer list will be a great way to get started and be intentional when you hit Friday, on Follow-Up Friday, going through that list and seeing, who do I need to follow up with? Who haven't I talked to for a while? And you kind of, with your loyal customers, you get used to what they purchase. Maybe you need to make notes ahead of time, but there'll be a point in which you're like, oh my gosh, Sarah loves the BFF. The BFF's on sale. I need to make sure I follow up with her this Friday and check on her stock. So the loyal list is simple, you guys. Keep it super simple. You're just creating this list, adding new people to it as people join or fall off your list. Then you want to make sure you're replacing them and continuing to add to them. And of course, the more people you have, the easier it is to get that volume up. So if you have 75, I say go to 100, go to 125. Just keep that list growing, okay? Now, again, shorter. Today, we're going to move on to our February action plan on Zoom. But I wanted to come on here and just share with you guys what the 75 loyal customer list is, how you can use it in your business, how it can benefit you to stay consistent with your volume, with your follow-up. It really just comes along and just wraps our training up this month with a perfect little bow, that you've got your big picture, monthly, working in 3-month cycle, your weekly plan, your daily plan, and then keeping moving that forward by adding new people into your business as loyal customers, because we are a relationship-based business. We should be developing relationships with our customers authentically to really be the best advocate that we can be for them. All right. Now, I can't see comments, so just like always, I will upload this to YouTube and make it available to you. Our loyal customer list is found in our files section, so you can print that out. It's cute. It's 75. I got our little logo at the bottom. There's 2 sheets, 75. And this week, I would love to see what your list looks like. How many do you have? When you intentionally sit down, again, just like we talked about our 5x5 tracker, which is going to be our incentive focus in February, is when you write things down, you really realize, where is your business? Where do I need to work on things? If you have been here since April and maybe you only have 5, that's okay, but that's something you need to work on. And this is always a continuous work in progress. So I want you guys to focus on that and see how that helps you stay more consistent. As we go we're almost done with the first month of 2025. Super exciting, lots of great things going for us. And I will see you over on Zoom at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And hopefully this one will be napping so that we can go through our February plan of action, because you have to plan your work to work your plan, and then we will have an amazing February. All right, guys, I'll go back through the comments. It's not showing any, but I wanted to thank everybody for being here. I'm putting up with the squiggly wormy baby today. 12 weeks old. This is Mr. Oakley. You'll see more of him, and don't worry, those of you that know my big D, he's still my baby. This is my husband's baby, so I'm just at home, so I'm the caregiver right now. All right, I will see you at 10:15, and I'm excited to see what your 75 loyal customer list looks like. I'm going to be working on mine too. I'll see you over on the page. Maybe it's not ending the live. Maybe it's going to be one of those days, guys. Happy Monday.